Just want to make absolutely sure for anyone who is put off by my video on the nodal axis in Western astrology and how it carries just as much significance in Western astrology as it does in Vedic astrology. Uh, its significance doesn't just change because you're approaching astrology in a different way. Okay. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that I wasn't talking shit about Vedic astrologers. I have massive respect for Vedic sciences in general. Okay. My lady friend is a practitioner of yoga and yoga therapy. Okay. And I have friends who are Vedic astrologers, and there are realms of knowledge packed into Vedic astrology that we don't, by our Western means, strictly speaking, have access to. We have to go out and find that and find an intelligent way to integrate that knowledge with our practice in a way that is coherent and useful and doesn't muddy the waters too much in our search of, or our pursuit of, being holistic. People like to aimlessly mix not only styles of the same discipline, but various disciplines into one practice whilst being a master of none of them. And that can get very messy. And I don't recommend doing that. I recommend mastering at least two things and sticking to those things and seeing what happens. And then if you're able to branch off and incorporate other things into your practice, or to pursue other things in a meaningful and useful way, then do that, right? But don't just seek knowledge from every single area or every single method or set of methods that you possibly can in pursuit of the big picture, right? Read about a variety of subjects, educate yourself on a variety of subjects, but that doesn't mean that you have to integrate it into what you already do unless you know what you're doing. Okay, it's very important. So I'm not talking crap about Vedic astrologers. I have massive respect for them. I know some of them personally. I live here in Sedona. Okay, so they're around. In fact, I have so much respect for the Vedic sciences that I have a saying that lay people have therapists, therapists have astrologers, and astrologers have Vedic astrologers. Okay. And I still respect them, and I still take great value from their methods, even though, by and large, factually speaking, undebatably, most of them have been using the wrong zodiac calculation for the last 2,000 years. Okay. Tropical is where it's at. That's all I was saying in my in my last video. I'm not taking a shot at them. It's just a fact. All right. So this debate creates an illusion of a problem to be solved. There's no problem to be solved between, some people use tropical and other people use sidereal zodiac. First of all, this is only one part of a chart, and signs are, to a large degree, a secondary importance part of your birth chart. Houses, aspects, all stay the same regardless of which zodiac system you're using. And there are many parts of a chart that need calculation, and they're all separate in pursuit of that calculation. But then they come together and they give you something that should represent the whole of your personality in your birth chart, okay, or in whatever kind of chart you're calculating. I do natal astrology. Okay, but there are better and worse ways to calculate charts. There are better house systems. There is a better zodiac. All right. There are degrees of importance that you have to place and prioritize on certain things in the birth chart. Aspects are very often overlooked. Okay. These are the kind of mini consciousnesses that two parts of yourself share. All right. When two planets are in an aspect, they share a relationship, like a mini consciousness. And that thing must be brought to light in certain situations. If you're neglecting your squares in your birth chart and you have a T-square involving 5 or 6 planets, you're not even coming close to extracting the meaning from your birth chart that you need to in order to use astrology for its purpose, and that's to become more self-aware and formulate a basis of improving your character. Okay, is knowing where those natural roadblocks are. All right, and then polar difficulties, oppositions, quincunxes, delusional mental blocks that we place between two planets, thinking that they can't coexist in this lifetime. It's a bunch of garbage, but that's what a quincunx represents. It's a way of setting up or not being able to see how two things can coexist in the same universe. Right, but it's diluted, so our birth chart shows our delusions, all right, as well as our strengths and our talents and our opportunities for abundance. Okay, so anyway, going off on a tangent, I'm just saying I'm not talking shit about Vedic astrologers. All right, I have massive respect for them, and in that food chain of becoming more and more self-aware, they might even be at the top. All right, and there's some great Vedic astrologers who actually use the tropical zodiac calculation, and those are the guys I really recommend for your work. But I would still even recommend some who use sidereal zodiac, because the rest of their practice is just so damn good. Okay, so hope that misunderstanding wasn't blown too far out of proportion, but it is what it is. All right, so have a nice night. Cheers.